In this video, you will get to understand the basics of policy advocacy. Policy advocacy is a deliberate process of informing and influencing decision makers in support of policy change and policy implementation. It aims to inform and influence decision makers who have the formal power to make a change. Effective policy advocacy seeks changes that are evidence-based, using data to prove that the policy issue is important and that the suggested solution will help. Policy does not go into effect until it is written down. Even if a declarative statement is made, it should ultimately be captured in writing to ensure a more lasting or permanent change. As an advocate for policy change, any issue you select for policy advocacy should have these 4 elements. First, it should be an existing objective. Don't advocate for an issue with which you have no experience. It limits your credibility. Secondly, it should be evidence-based. There needs to be proof that your issue is in fact a problem. Thirdly, a change in policy or implementation of a policy should proffer solutions to the problem. And lastly, policy advocacy is a marathon. Hence, it should be reasonably attainable. You need to think about your issue from a decision maker's perspective. The most effective advocacy strategies are designed to meet your decision makers where they are and move them towards your point of view. Your focus is dependent on your policymaker's level of awareness of the issue. People need basic knowledge on an issue before they consider acting on it. Hence, never assume that a decision maker is aware of the problem. You also need to build their will to act. Your task is to illustrate why a decision maker should care about the issue. As an advocate, you should tap into your decision maker's existing key interests in order to build a bridge to your ideas. This will help them see your issue as personally relevant and aligned with your key message. The advocacy process is complex, it involves many players, and is quite dynamic. It can be particularly challenging to determine the role that you or your advocacy efforts had in influencing change, as it is hard to directly control policy change and policy implementation. For this reason, it is important to have a clear understanding of what you are hoping to achieve and some idea of how you will know you are making progress.